So it's the spooky season, and what better time to dive into one of the most talked about sequels in horror history, Halloween 2 from 1981. Going into this one, my expectations were honestly pretty high. I had always heard this one was one of the better horror sequels ever made, and the fact that it picks up on the exact same night as John Carpenter's Halloween had me really intrigued. That concept alone feels so fresh and exciting for a sequel. You don't get the time jump, you don't even get a reset, you're literally thrust right back into the chaos of Haddonfield as if the first movie never ended. And for me, this makes this one of the most natural continuations in horror history. Now that I've watched it, I can honestly say I love this movie. It's not quite the flawless, perfectly crafted masterpiece that Carpenter delivered in '78, but it is still one of the best slasher sequels out there, and it does so many things right. This movie captures that same nightmarish atmosphere, ups the gore, and gives us an unforgettable showdown in a creepy hospital setting. It might not be perfect, but man, it's one hell of a ride. Halloween 2 continues the same terrifying night in Haddonfield. Laurie Strode is hospitalized after her encounter with Michael Myers, but he keeps haunting her and anyone in his path. Dr. Loomis tries to stop him while secrets about Laurie's connection to Michael are revealed. The night builds to a tense, fiery showdown that filled with suspense, inventive kills, and relentless hot terror. Let's get into what makes it all great. First of all, the continuation factor is incredible. The film wastes no time. It literally starts with the ending of the first movie, with Loomis realizing that Michael's body is gone after being shot 6 times. From there, it's like terror just keeps rolling without missing a beat. You immediately feel like you're still living in a dreadful Halloween night, and it keeps the tension alive in a way very few sequels manage. That's a big reason why I think it works so well. It feels like an extension of the original story rather than a cash-in. The hospital setting is another huge win. There's something so eerie about those empty, dimly lit hallways, the silence broken only by distant beeps or footsteps, and the sense that Michael could appear around any corner. It's such a perfect environment for him to stalk his victims. The isolation adds a lot. There are barely any people around me, which makes it feel like Laurie is truly trapped with nowhere to run. And speaking of Laurie, I love how the film shows her trauma. She's not the same fierce, quick-thinking girl from the first movie. She's hurt, she's exhausted, she's in shock. Seeing her so vulnerable really adds to the survival horror vibe. Michael Myers himself is fantastic here. He's less human this time and more of an unstoppable force. See this silent, relentless shape of her evil. You can feel the escalation. He's more brutal, more violent, and some of the kills are downright nasty. The hot top kill in particular, absolutely famous for a reason. The way this film embraces the slasher gore while still keeping Michael terrifying is great, even if it treats some of Carpenter's subtle suspense for more blood. The music also deserves a huge shout out. Carpenter and Alan Odworth updated the iconic theme with a heavier synth sound, and it works beautifully. It keeps that haunting minimalist vibe but adds a sharp, almost mechanical edge that matches the more brutal tone of the sequel. It gives the movie a different energy without losing the original's DNA. And of course, the finale is unforgettable. The fierce showdown between Laurie Loomis and Michael feels huge, like a real conclusion. Back then, this was meant to be the ending of Michael's story, and it really plays like one. Loomis sacrificing himself, Laurie's desperate fight, it's intense and satisfying. Now, if I'm being honest, this movie isn't perfect. The middle section does drag a little, especially since Laurie spent so much of it sidelined in a hospital bed. Some of the side characters are pretty one note, insistent just to get killed in creative ways, and the pacing slows down compared to the first film. And then of course there's the infamous twist, Laurie being revealed as Michael's sister. Personally, I don't hate it, but I do think it makes Michael a little less scary. He goes from being this random embodiment of evil to having a motive, and that shift is something fans have debated ever since. Still, those nitpicks don't take away from how much I enjoyed Halloween 2. It's a creepy, violent, atmospheric slasher character that bends the original story in a way that feels natural and rewarding. The hospital setting is iconic, the kills are memorable, the music is chilling, and Michael Myers is as terrifying as ever. It may not have Carpenter's flawless suspense, but as far as horror sequels go, this one is easily among the best. For me, it's a strong 8 out of 10 and a must-watch every Halloween season. But what about you guys? Do you prefer the more subtle terror of the first Halloween, or do you love the bloodier, more slasher style vibe of Halloween 2? And how do you feel about the sibling twist? Did it add Michael's legacy or take away from the mystery? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween!